Yo, y'all know what it is, man. John Walker presents Forever in the Building. For those of y'all that want to get on the show, man, inbox me, man. Get at me at jcincinnatiw@gmail.com. And like us on Facebook at cin.sep. Y'all know what it is, man. Ike John Television now with John Walker presents, man. We got to get it in. Let's go.
Hey, yo, welcome to another great episode of John Walker presents. Rock the beat.
Hello, I'm LaShawn Ford, the owner of Watkins Learning Center, where our motto here is, you plant the seed, we'll water it, and together we'll watch it grow.
Yo, this is John Walker for John Walker presents. We got none other than your man, Phyllis, in the building. Yo, it's some behind the scenes stuff going on, but don't worry about it. We about to get into it, man. I know you've been serving our country, man, and you did a 4-year stint in there, and I know it's been, talk about that for a little bit, just so folks know who you are. Introduce yourself.
Well, but my name is Tony, and I go by Fearless, and I think that goes with the title of being a United States Marine. You have to be full of courage and fearlessness, you know, and you also have to have a little bit of a few screws loose to go over there and do what I did.
Okay.
But all I do, man, is I'm always looking for new adventures, man. I'm never stuck at home sitting around just being bored. I like doing new things and trying new things.
And none other than as well, I should say, this man also writes poetry and he's also an artist. So he's a Marine, a poet, and an artist.
Jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades. So I want to let you guys know this is John Walker with John Walker Presents. We're going to be right back in a little moment here after the commercial break. And we're about to get into it again with your man Tony, a.k.a. Fearless.
You're watching John Watkins Presents. Hello, I'm LaShawn Ford, the owner of Watkins Learning Center, where our motto here is, you plant the seed, we'll water it, and together we'll watch it grow.
You're watching John Watkins Presents.
Yo, we are back with Fearless, man. Hey, this has probably been one of the most funniest interviews I've had with anybody yet. So after this, you know, we'll talk about some stuff after the camera isn't rolling. But yo, let's get into it. I want to know, like, when you got on stage, man, what was going through your mind, and what was you feeling when you just grabbed that mic and had them people looking back at you?
Well, my biggest thing is I wanted to make sure that my audience would be able to connect with me. I wanted to know that, you know, I had a purpose for getting behind the mic. And for somebody that goes by the name of Fearless, it gave me a lot of doubt, you know, like, can I properly express myself in a way that my audience will understand why I'm here in the first place? But that took about like 3 seconds, and then once I just started reading my own words and my own thoughts, it's almost like there was nobody there in the room but me. I got comfortable with myself, and then after it was all said and done, I looked around the audience, the light came off, I could see everybody's faces, I had tears rolling.
Yeah, okay. What was the name of that piece that you actually did?
The name of the piece was called My Brother.
My Brother.
And it was entitled and written for a friend that I had lost, literally in my own arms.
Was this were you in the service?
Yes, this is when I was overseas.
Okay.
So I fear, you know, I've also experienced the loss of loved ones overseas, just like people experience loss of loved ones over here.
Gotcha.
So people lose everybody everywhere.
Gotcha. So I guess that was, hey, that's a hell of a way to connect.
Yeah.
Definitely a hell of a way to connect.
You gonna cut them deep.
Okay. Y'all heard it first from a damn Marine. You got me cussing on my thing. But yo, hey, this is John Walker with John Walker Presents. We'll be right back in a moment. Stay tuned right after this short commercial break.
For great gift ideas, there's no other place to go but Gold Brick Company. You can shop with us on the web at www.goldbrickcompany.com. It's simple, it's easy, and hey, it's affordable. Gold Brick Company.
Tanika. Stage name is Dr. Phil. I've been writing poetry since I was 13. Been performing spoken word a year and a half now.
Yo, I'm your host, John Watkins for John Watkins Presents. And we are here with none other than Tony, aka Fearless. Yo. Have you ever done erotic poetry before?
Yes, I have.
I know we done went from serious to now erotic, so I mean, you know, we gotta get the people what they want, man.
Yeah, I've done a few pieces.
So, how was that for you? Your first erotic piece? How was that for you?
For me, man, I couldn't stop laughing. It's one of those things that.
Hold on. You're doing your. Were you laughing on stage?
No, I wasn't laughing on stage.
Oh, okay.
But it took a lot to not crackle and break composure, because there'd be something I would say, and someone would be like, you know, it catches you on guard. You gotta try not to. you can't break composure.
Right.
Happens. But yeah, the reason why I wanted to do it is because I also wanted to make sure that I can do more than just one subject.
Right,
I wanted to make sure I was on par with the other artists there, and you know, like, well, he can do that, why can't I?
Right, gotcha.
I did, anytime that there's a new piece or a new subject matter, all I do is I sit at home and I think. And then once thoughts start coming to mind, then I start writing it down. And then I review it, I re-edit it, and then I chop it up until it's a fine piece of work.
Is there a way that people can get in contact with you? You got any CDs, any projects you're working on? Anything you want to shout out?
I am a fresh newcomer, man.
Fresh newcomer. Hey, yo. I'm not gonna call a man a virgin here on TV. That ain't what this show is
you
about.
Call me a rookie or a noob. I'll
yeah,
start
there
from
you
there,
go.
Work my way up.
That's all right. I'm a rookie too. We all in the same building. But yo, this is John Watkins, the John Watkins Presents, and we're gonna be right back here in a moment with your boy, Fearless.
This particular piece that I'm working on right now is the most ambitious piece that I've been working on. It's called the Ancestry Project. It's a graphic novel that's actually representing the origins of superpower mutants or whatever throughout history. But I'm not doing it on a lighthearted version where it's people just punching each other in the face. This is an actual journey into somebody's life back in history. The first subject of this particular research is this man who was in the French army back in the 1800s during the Napoleonic Wars. He has the fortune, or good fortune, of being involved in lots of confrontations and always surviving them, even when his group and his battalion or whatever totally wipes out. And then I address the difficulties that leaves him with as he's explaining to people as to, you know, how did he survive versus his comrades in arms. And the trials and tribulations, also betrayal that he faces at the hands of one of his friends. And then the other side of this is it's called the Ancestry Project because there's a person in the future who's actually researching this information, looking back in time, trying to find out the origins of these humans having these superpowers. And that's another storyline that marches over the series. So this is the first book, focusing on this guy named Lazaro in France.
Is this him right here, sitting down?
That's right.
Okay.
And the other story will be one about taking place in America in the late 1800s. So they all just weave together in a fluid story, and that's my most ambitious project that I'm working on right now.
So yo, this has been John Watkins Presents. We out the building.
I heard that some artists have this thing where they have a voice in their head, and once it starts going, you know, in your mind, you're like, why can't I just get that to come out of my mouth? Because then, you know, you sit there, you get on a roll in your mind, and then when you go to write it down, it's gone. You don't know where it is.
Right,
try to remember and write it down again. That's kind of the thing that happens to me. That's why I walk around, my phone has an app on it where I can record my voice.
If I do the same thing.
Yeah, if I could just mimic what's going on in my mind through my mouth, I'd be like, then I can go back and write it down and edit that. Most creativity takes place in the mind anyway. And
well, mine takes about 3 o'clock in the morning in the bathroom where everyone sleeps. Well, the words daddy or baby, can you go do this? I'm in the bathroom with my pad and my pen. Just writing. I mean, that's what I do. I mean.
Yeah, we all have a beginning. Like, for me, that's how it first started out. Once I read my first piece out loud, like, all these ideas and thoughts just came rushing my mind. It was like trying to process 1,000 different thoughts at once. So I tried to write down several different poems at once. And I figured the key to it is write down everything, and then take bits and pieces of it and see where it all fits. If you come up with one idea and it leads out to like several poems or several pictures or whatever it takes you to be creative and outspoken, then that's what you need to do. You have to start somewhere.
Well, if you, like, where do you see your art going, you know, like years from now? Because I mean, for me, what I want to do is do some work behind the camera and do some things as far as maybe producing some poetry shows like I'm doing now, and let it evolve into something, you know, unimaginable for me, and, you know, cross over to doing other things in entertainment. So as far as poetry is concerned.
As far as poetry is concerned, as far as where I want it to go in the future, I want it to go in the hearts and minds of other people to know how real that people like us are. You know, if you look at a celebrity and you think, do they do the things that we do? Are they like us? Yes, they are. And just because you don't see it doesn't mean, not all of them are like that.
Right.
But I'm not in it to have my face on a 30-foot long platform on the side of a building while you're driving home from work, whatever, and go, oh, he's living a big life. No, I don't care for that. It's all about sending a message, and that's what's most important. So I wanted to inspire people.
Yo, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to another great episode during the Ike John Television Hour. You can catch us on Channel 4 and Channel 24. For more information, times, and show dates, please like us on Facebook at cin.see media. Y'all know what it is, man. This has been another great episode of John Walker Presents. Shout out to all of our sponsors, Cow Code Properties, LLC, and also Gold Brick Company.